It was an ordinary morning at a small, crowded cafe, people rushing in for their daily coffee, lost in their own worlds. When it was her turn at the counter, she smiled politely and tapped her card, expecting the usual beep of approval. Instead, the screen flashed red, declined. She tried again, a little embarrassed, then stepped back, apologizing softly as the line behind her grew restless. To everyone else, she looked like just another woman having a bad morning. That's when a stranger, from behind, quietly stepped forward. Without making a show of it or seeking attention, he told the cashier to add her coffee to his bill. No questions, no judgment, just a simple act of kindness meant to ease an awkward moment. She looked at him in surprise, thanked him sincerely, and for a brief second, their eyes met, an exchange filled with quiet respect rather than curiosity. What the man didn't know was that the decline card had nothing to do with the lack of money. The woman was a self-made millionaire CEO, temporarily living without luxury, choosing to experience life without status or privilege. The moment wasn't a test, yet it revealed something powerful. While many people measure others by appearance, he acted purely from compassion. That small, almost forgettable gesture would soon lead to an unexpected revelation, one that would challenge assumptions about wealth, success, and worth. In a world obsessed with status, the simple act proved that kindness, given freely and without expectation, has the power to connect lives in ways money never could. Asterisk to the man who paid for her coffee. She was simply a stranger caught in an uncomfortable moment. There were no designer clothes, no assistants, no signs of wealth, just a calm woman standing quietly in line like everyone else. What he couldn't see was the extraordinary life she lived beyond that cafe. She was a self-made millionaire CEO, someone who commanded boardrooms, led companies, and made decisions worth millions. Yet that day, she chose to leave all of that behind. For months, she had been living without the shield of her status, dressing simply, moving through the city unnoticed. It wasn't a publicity stunt or an experiment designed to impress. It was a personal journey, an effort to reconnect with reality, to understand how people are treated when power, money, and influence are stripped away. She wanted to observe the world as it truly is, where respect isn't guaranteed and kindness isn't automatic. The decline card wasn't a sign of weakness, but part of that choice. And the man's response revealed something deeply important. He didn't help her because he expected gratitude, recognition, or reward. He helped because it felt right. In that moment, her hidden identity became irrelevant. What mattered was the character of the person standing beside her. The lesson was powerful and humbling. True generosity isn't triggered by wealth or appearances, it comes from empathy. By choosing humility, she discovered something money could never buy, a genuine reminder that the most valuable currency in the world is kindness, freely given, when no one is watching. Asterisk the man who paid for her coffee didn't pause to evaluate her worth. He didn't scan her clothes, question her situation, or wonder whether she deserved help. He simply acted. His generosity came without judgment and without expectation, no desire for praise, no hope of recognition, and no thought of reward. In that quiet moment, he revealed something far more valuable than money, his character. In a world that often measures success by bank balances, job titles, and social status, his actions stood in stark contrast. Many people with wealth hesitate to give, fearing loss or exploitation. Yet here was someone who may not have had much, willingly sharing what he did have. That simple decision reflected integrity, the kind that shows up when no one is watching, and nothing is guaranteed in return. What made the moment powerful was not the cost of the coffee, but the intention behind it. His kindness was instinctive, rooted in empathy rather than ego. He didn't see a problem to solve or a favor to record. He saw a human being in an uncomfortable situation and chose compassion over indifference. This is where true wealth reveals itself, not in luxury, influence, or applause, but in the ability to care. Compassion builds connections. Integrity earns trust. A genuine heart leaves an impact long after the moment has passed. Long before her true identity was known, he had already proven something timeless. Real success isn't what you own, but who you are when you have the chance to do good and choose to do it anyway.